Pickets, pickets, pickets. It's been all the rage again, just like any other year on YouTube, and I think we're finally starting to come. Watch it. Finally starting to come to an end of the picket season here, but I want to knock out at least one, maybe two more builds with pickets. So I'm gonna go ahead and take just this plain Jane 9/16 by 6 foot picket, get it sanded down and prepped. Let's build it. Got most of the fuzzies knocked off this, and it's looking like less than a derelict board now. So let's go ahead and start planning out our cuts here. So this picket is actually spot on at 5.5 inches. So we'll double that. And our first cut will be right at 11 inches. Go ahead and get this cut out and we'll measure out our other cuts. Got that one cut up. Now we got 5.5 inch board in width, 11 inches in length. So for this one, I think we will go 16.5 inches. And we'll get that cut next. Got that one taken care of. Now we'll need two more. And since this first one was 11 inches, we'll do another at 11 inches. And then I'll do another one. This is right at 9/16. I'll do the second one at 11 and 9/16. And that should take care of all the cutting we need to do. Okay, that should take care of most of the cutting here. Let's get down to the rest of the details. On this piece, I want to find center. So we'll just go corner to corner here and get the rough center of our board. Got center. Now we're going to take this over to the drill press. Got the hole drilled through this. Now I want to put a bit of a chamfer on one side of this hole. So let's get this over to the router table. All right, just giving this a quick once over with some sandpaper, smooth out any rough little marks or lines. And I think that should do it for this piece. Pretty simple little mock-up here, so let's move on to the next piece. Next piece will be our tall one. And let's see how far I want to go up. I'm going to say we'll go up about 5 inches. And we'll come in, let's just say 1.5 inches from each side here. Go ahead and get our line drawn out here. Then we're going to want to come straight down both sides. Now on this, I'm not going to want the square corners. I'm going to want to round these off, so let's find a different use for this glitter bottle other than destroying everything good in my shop. And we'll use this to get ourselves a corner. So we're going to end up with something like this. A little tough to see on the camera, but let's go ahead and I think we'll take this over to the bandsaw and get this knocked out. Got that all taken care of. Pretty quick and easy. Now I want to put a hole in this. We're gonna say we're gonna go the length of this square. And we are sitting at 5.5 inches still. Good thing the board didn't change on me. So we'll find center here. Now I'm gonna dig out a dowel and figure out what size hole I need, and we'll get this to the drill press. So we got our hole all drilled. I found a 5/16 diameter dowel and went ahead, cut it about 4 inches. I put this groove in the middle for a little bit of glue for when I put it in, and for the ends I just took it to the pencil sharpener, because why wouldn't I? It beats the heck out of trying to sand this nice cone point to it, and it's blunt, so no worries there. Next up, we're going to take a 45-degree angle off this end here. So let's go ahead and get that drawn up. Pretty simple and easy. Take this over to the saw and I'll get these corners cut off. Got some scraps piled up here. Went ahead and marked center just on the inside of that chamfer, so I know roughly where to center my board, and this pile of scraps is right about where I need to be. So I'm going to go ahead and get some glue on these ends, let it tack up a bit, see if it soaks in, and I'll pin nail her together. So while that upright piece is drying, we'll go ahead and get these pieces done up. Boy, people complain about cupping. The struggle's real, folks. It really is. So we'll go ahead, get our cup side both inwards. Although at this point I think this is more of a bowl than a cup. Get that lined up. We'll tighten. Wow, that's crazy. You can't even tighten it very much. We'll tighten that. We'll get some glue on this end grain. I'll let it tack up, probably re-glue it, and then we'll get this nailed together. So while I was cleaning up this glue mess, I come across these, which are the scraps that I cut off, the 45-degree marks on the uprights, and I thought they would make kind of a neat little decorative piece. So I think what I'm going to do is take these and just glue them right into the corners here. And I'll nail these in. I'll take this out of the clamp and flip it to the other side and do the same. This whole setup is still drying, but I would like to get it kind of finished off so it can dry more in one piece. So I'll go ahead and get some glue on these cuts and we'll get this roof put on at least. I'm gonna turn it. I did make some small mess apparently, but I did make some small marks for center here. So it will be a lot less worse trying to get this piece centered up. And that actually looks pretty darn centered right there. I think we will go with that. And now I'll just throw a couple pin nails in her to hold her. I'm just gonna throw a little bit of glue here in the center. Kind of force it into this groove, fill that groove up that I made. That way while it sets, the glue itself can flow down through gravity and really set up well in this hole. So we've given this a bit of time to dry, and it's time to get to figuring out how we're going to hang this. And I think just like the previous feeder I made, we're just going to do paracord and epoxy. So I'll get some epoxy in these holes here. And I got just a small piece of paracord, already singed the ends here. We'll get this jacket pulled back from the ends. And we'll put our paracord in. And now we'll go ahead and let that dry and let this finish drying probably overnight. We'll come back tomorrow and finish it off. Gave this overnight to dry, and she's all set, ready for use. And I'm sure you figured it out already, but for anyone that doesn't know, this is an oriole feeder. Let's go ahead, and we got a little cup with some grape jelly. Goes right into the hole here. And we got some oranges, and we'll just stab those on over the dowel like so. See if I can do this in the camera view. And that's it. It's ready to hang, ready for the birds to make pigs of themselves. That's going to do it for this video. Thanks for coming along with me on this quick little easy build, and thanks for watching.